Hey guys, it's Josh. Today we're talking about Network XDR link down. So using some of our new Network XDR to report on network issues within your environment. So let's get started. So first and foremost, I just unplugged one of these cables in my lab here. I know it's a cat's nest, but I'm always messing around with it. So unplug one of those cables and I want to see how quick, what gets generated. This happens to be a WAN connection. So it's one of my HA status of my main Josh's HQ. So let me show you what that looks like inside of Cato when that happens. So let me share my screen here. We'll go screen 2, share. Let's add that to the, so there we go. So we see Josh's HQ has his in degraded state. So let me plug this back in now into the WAN connection here. You can see I'm plugging it back in. Okay, so now let's take a look and see what we have here. So under Josh's HQ, it starts to go yellow and I have a degraded site. So if I click on that site, I can see like, all right, degraded, the site status, secondary socket, this is my secondary socket. So I'm in HA pairs, is down. So understanding that and understanding what's going on there is important, right? So it's like, okay, we see that the socket is down. What's the status? I can hit the secondary socket and WAN 2 is down. It didn't take long for Cato to report on this, to show it in the topology and to see where the individual ISPs and the IP associated with that is located. So it gives me all the relevant details. When you're managing a lot of sites, when you want to see the history of what's going on, you can use our Network XDR in our stories dashboard and workbench. And so here, if I clear out these filters, I can see that we have a link down with a criticality of 8, and we're in monitoring status now. All right, so let's take a look and see what that's all about. All right, so I click on this, and then I'm able to understand, all right, where is that issue? Once the WANs, let's disconnect from the Cato cloud. All right, so the link is down. Now we've gone back into monitoring since I've reconnected this. So in the time period that I went to share the screen here, we've gone from link down, unplugged, an issue. It could be any kind of issue. This happens to be just a simple unplug. And so the story gets created, and now we're moving to update to monitoring. So for the next hour or 2, I can't remember the exact time period, but we're going to monitor it to see if it's going to be flapping. If it goes down, flaps, 10 times in a few minutes, we're going to keep that and move that back down to down status. So this lets you see that how long it's happening, 10 minutes. The status is in monitoring. It's that X1500 in my lab. And this is what I really like. Here's the incident timeline. The active link, it disconnected from Cato Cloud. And then at 12:50, you can see, it's 12:52 right now, you can see that went back up and it reestablished a connection. So in the time period it took to share the screen, we've already updated the story here in the stories dashboard and workbench, and then alerted you and then allowed you to have reports on this. So we're making this very easy to access. And there's a number of Network XDR stories around BGP, about LAN connections and WAN connections that allow you to understand what's happening with your sockets and your users. And then we automatically update that story as the status changes. All right, guys, thanks so much. Hope this was helpful.